Good morning, guys, and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. This is a short little expression of love that I feel called to share right now, and that is simply that regardless of where you are in your life and regardless of what you've done, no matter how out of alignment your actions may have been in the past, that we can do better. We can do better, and we do not need to bask in guilt and shame and blame on ourselves. It's good to have awareness when we do something that is out of alignment or doesn't represent who we feel we truly are, and to acknowledge that and look at it and say, hey, I don't like that. Okay, I'm gonna choose differently next time. But to remember not to get so hung up on it, because I'll be honest with you, a lot of challenges that I've been going through lately have come from actions that I've chosen that were completely reactive and coming from a place of fear and jealousy and insecurity and lack. And I've just been beating myself up about it. I've been metaphorically kicking myself in the face over and over, and it's to the point where I'm exhausted. I'm tired of feeling guilty and shitty for shitty decisions that I've made. And it's so much easier said than done to forgive yourself. And I've never experienced that until very recently. I made some certain choices that were just very unloving, uncaring, very selfish, very destructive, and I could sit here and totally just be a wreck about it and be hard on myself and allow myself to kind of just swim in that misery. Or I can be like, hey, that was super shitty. Let's not do that again, okay? So this is where I'm at right now, where it's like, okay, I just want to forgive myself, and this is not me coming on here and just exploiting my own problems. This is just using my example as an example for you in order to get the message across that you are love. When you came into this planet, you were just unconditional love. There was no conditions, there was no nothing. There was nothing we were taught to take us away from that. But you know, the older we get, the more conditioned we get by society, our parents, what they learn from their parents, and so forth. And everyone is only doing the best with what they know, right? And that's not their fault. But if you're in a spot where you're like, I'm feeling shitty, or you're just like, you know what, I could be doing better, I have a lot of potential, but I'm just sitting on it. Me right now, we can change, okay? We don't need like this massive shift in order to start making a change. It's all about the little things in our life, right? And I used to overlook those so much. I was like, fuck the little things, whatever. And now it's like the little things are everything. So the little things are those little moments, the little moments throughout our day-to-day life where we choose. We choose this or we choose that. Right? So let's try choosing together the option that we know is better for us. Whether it's food, whether it's a thought, whether it's the way that we choose to respond to someone. It's all about building that foundation, right? Because without a strong foundation, we're nothing. I recall this time in my life where my foundation was rock solid, and that was the best time of my life because I was solid in myself. Therefore, everything around me seemed to just flow easier, more harmoniously. Abundance came pouring in, happiness was overflowing, creativity was endless. But when we stop tending to keeping that foundation strong or building it, what have we got, right? Like, what have we got? If we don't have ourselves, we have nothing at all. So this is not me trying to tell you how to live your life, but I'm just coming on here and letting you know that it's possible to become a better version of yourself, maybe not overnight, but overnight we can start implementing those healthier changes, those healthier choices, those healthier thoughts, becoming an observer and monitoring your thoughts. Are you giving yourself love, or are you giving yourself the opposite? Are you being your own best friend and uprooting and supporting yourself, or are you tearing yourself down and being your worst bully? Because at the end of the day, we can be either our harshest critic or our biggest fan. And I think it's important to have that fine line between the two, right? To critique yourself in a healthy way, but to also be your biggest support system. Because no matter who loves you in your life, you are the only one. You've got this body everywhere you go, every second of the day until the day that you leave this planet. And all I know is lately I'm just like, I don't want to leave this planet feeling like I didn't express and share the amount of love and what I have to offer with this world just because I'm choosing to be lazy, or choosing to be reactive, or choosing to live in my ego and allow my ego to take the front wheel. Now let's just quickly pause at the term ego. Okay, I feel like there's this huge misconception, and I used to believe this too, that the ego is awful, death of the ego, yes, like kill the ego. No, our ego is there for a reason. It's about finding that balance, right? It's about not allowing it to drive you, allowing it to be present with you, but also learning how to navigate life with your ego in a healthy way, where you can come to a space where you can hold space for other people because you're strong in yourself, right? And I didn't want to make any videos like this because I'm like, man, I've been going through such a hard time lately. Like, who am I to come on here and give advice to other people when I can't even take care of myself? And I think that the biggest problem with that thought is coming from a place of lack and feeling like I'm not ready to share just because I'm not at a certain level of attainment, perfection, whatever you want to call it. Part of me was like, you can't make a video like this for about like a year. You've got to progress and you've got to do all this work, and then you can make a great video because then you're here. And I'm like, bro, I'm right here, but I'm on my way. I truly believe in not only showing the highlight reels of my life because that's kind of boring. Like, everyone does that these days. Instagram, YouTube, everyone is always showing the highlight reels and nothing in between it. And I think that's a really big problem for the masses and these people who are following these social media influencers, etc., because then they're believing, oh wow, their life is so amazing, their life is so great. And although it may be, there's always challenges in between, whether people share them or not. No one's life is perfect. No one's life is close to perfect. Unless you choose to view it in that way, right? Unless you choose to view those challenges and those obstacles as opportunities to grow. And oh my God, I fell so out of alignment with this way of thinking because of just so much that happened and not tending to myself. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not gonna go into it too much because I'm not. However, this past winter was the most challenging winter for me mentally, emotionally, my whole life. Like, oh my goodness, you guys. And let's not play the comparison game, okay? This is one thing that really just digs me in the wrong way when I hear people say this. It's like, yeah, I went through this stuff, but you know, other people have it worse, so I shouldn't really complain about it. Other people have it. No, you had it the way that you had it, and it's valid. That's your story, that's your experience, that's what happened. Don't identify with it though. It's something that just happened. Move through it like water. Be water. Adapt. So that's where I'm at right now, when I'm just kind of at the beginning of a journey of coming back to myself and coming back to my health and really honing in on my focus, really focusing on the things that I'm wanting to achieve and really starting to dedicate time to certain things in order to progress, to get to where I want to be in certain areas of my life. And I want to take you guys along with me through that journey. I want to pull out the camera and be like, oh my God, you guys, I really am craving like pizza and watch a movie, but I'm going to go on a run instead. So let's go exercise with me. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this together. Let's get healthy together, mentally, physically, emotionally. Because right now, my goal is to be happy and fulfilled in my life, because I've been so unfulfilled for so long due to my own laziness. That's what it is. It's my laziness and my lack of assertiveness and discipline within myself. So with that being said, I know I've been very sporadic online, and I know multiple times, if you're someone who's watched my videos before, you may have seen me make multiple attempts to come back online and to share myself again. But I guess I just wasn't ready because I just really wasn't feeling good within myself. But since this move that I recently did about less than a month ago, new job, new place, new environment, it has been a really healthy shift for me. And I just got a brand new camera. Woo! And I finally feel ready and wanting to come on here and share my life with you, because this channel was started in order to help others, right? And I genuinely feel like even if it's just one person, that someone can benefit from something I say, whether it triggers a positive response in them, Whether it just helps give them a new perspective, I don't know. All I know is I feel called to grab this camera and turn it on and start talking for some good reason. With that being said, that's about it for this video. It was kind of just an update of where I am right now. I know that people who have watched my video, my pasta's overflowing. Hold on. Okay, hello. I know that for some people who used to watch my videos, you have been a little bit worried, and for good reason, but do know that I'm doing a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm really doing the work. I'm writing so much, meditating so much, and doing so much yoga. And I actually just filmed my first yoga class. So yes, I am going to start posting yoga classes on my channel. I'm actually debating whether I should start a separate channel for that, but I just have such a good following on this one right now that I think I might start here. Needless to say, there's a lot of projects in the works and I'm really excited about it because I believe in it so strongly. All it takes is me actually applying myself. Do you relate? Yes, I think you do if you're still watching this. Oh, okay, let's do better together. We've got this. We don't have to be the lazy pieces of whatever we were in the past, whether that was yesterday or literally 10 minutes ago. Okay, let's get up. Let's write our goals down. Whether they're small or big, I'm not asking you to write out a life plan, okay? What do you like to do? What makes you happy? What would you want your life to be more full of? Do more of that. Let's get on that wave and ride it together. Whether you just want to watch me ride that wave and support me, or whether you want to jump on board and start achieving your goals as well, if this is something that has maybe been on your mind but you haven't been working towards because of XYZ, whatever reasons you got going on. I know that mine has just been simple laziness and comfortability in comfortability. Did that make sense? I don't know. Basically, I'm saying I just want to step out of my comfort zone, start doing things that scare me. Obviously, that aren't dangerous for me, but like reasonable things. You know what I mean? I'm really excited to start sharing more of my life with you now that I feel a lot better as to where I am, and to just share the healthy habits that I'm going to be implementing into my life in order to shift the energy, in order to shift the frequency, because that's what it's all about, right? Is energy. Everything is energy. What frequency are you on? Is it one that feels good? If not, that's okay. You can tune into a different one. It's just slowly aligning those actions. I feel like when I say slowly, I'm emphasizing on implementing little changes slowly to create a solid foundation, because in the past, when I try to make all these big changes, it never lasts. It doesn't feel sustainable because I get really excited in the beginning, in the moment, and then I don't know, maybe it's just like subconsciously overwhelming and I'm just like, ah, that's a lot, or woo, that was a really big change, so I'm just gonna revert back to my old ways. You know, it's kind of classic. So I'm ready to start making some freaking change. I'm gonna end this with this. Whatever dreams you have, whatever kind of life that you want to create, it is not impossible. It may seem like a far stretch, and that's because with any good dream and any good life comes work. Nothing comes easily. And even if you had really rich parents and you could have everything in the world, at the end of the day, it can't be guaranteed that that fulfills you, right? So it's about finding the things that make you happy. Find a way to make that a living. Find a way to thrive off of that, because it's possible. Let's take a second and just realize how blessed we are to live in this generation that, yes, may be a little screwed up in a lot of ways. That's true. But looking at it with the sense of we have so much access at our fingertips, the internet, social media, although there are a lot of downfalls to it, if you use it with intention and you use it with purpose, a lot of good can come from that. And maybe your goals have nothing to do with that, and that's cool. But just know that whatever you want your life to be, it is possible. Please do not settle for an average life. You did not come here to live an average life. We are conditioned to live one, but we do not have to agree to that. I know it's comfortable, and if you dig it, you dig it. Like, you know, if you enjoy that 5-day-a-week work life, cool. If you enjoy working for someone else and having that schedule and having someone else dictate your time off and stuff like that, like, to each their own. But just know that if that life doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to live it. And it just comes with you believing in yourself and starting to gain knowledge, starting to learn, forcing yourself to learn something new. That's been the hardest part for me since I left high school. I didn't have someone forcing me to learn, so I just stopped learning. And now I'm like 23, feeling like a dumbass, to be honest. In a lot of areas in life, I'm just like, I don't feel smart. But I know that it doesn't have to stay that way. A lot of people in my life, oh, Jazz, you're so cute. You're not dumb, but like, you're so cute. And I'm like, I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't want to feel like a cute ditz. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's learn some new things. Let's expand our knowledge and let's just get going. If you needed a sign, this is it. Stop sitting around and let's just get shit done.